hear me now? This is a Soul Fire production. Soul Fire production.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes.
A pleasant good night, cycling fans and supporters. Welcome to the 14th edition of the cycling show As the Wheel Turn. The show is to keep cycling alive in Belize, and oh man, it's waking up, right?
It is.
Yes, so I'm here with my co-host Fitzgerald Palace Joseph. Watch out. Money for giveaway. So before I even talk about the weekend was quiet, right, Palace? We had one
this
one
weekend
race.
was very quiet.
Give the result. Then I have to say some big ups.
We only had the Kano Road Rage Thursday race, which was last week. This is today though.
This morning.
This morning was
Yes,
Thursday,
this morning.
okay. In the open category, in that race, first place was Valan Sims, second was Tyler Tejeda, and third was Gardua Garbat. The first weekend was Valan Sims, second doing Garbat, and Sherman Thomas was third. Female was Natalie Lovell. But Valan Nicole know about me one double dip Sunday. We know for double dip and he does double dip. Me was still Valan.
Yeah, chance about Valan.
Always man, think things on a one way man. Stop it.
Good night, folks. This broadcast is brought to you by DJ on National Telecom. And before I even get further, before we get into our first guest, I have to give some big up. I mean, we have some people who really support this show, and you know, we need have words to say thanks. I have to write them on paper card so much. So of course,
People from
abroad. Yes, a lot from abroad. So last week, Mr. Ruben Rock.
He sent $300 when he sponsored, he did only the $50 prize last week.
Two of them.
Yes, but money may roll over.
So
but only could get two tonight and then
Next one roll over again because
so much other people adding. So Mr. Ruben Rock,
he said he used to serve under Mr. Cowie.
Yeah, so
okay.
Good night, Mr. Ruben. Thanks for tuning in. Always tune in.
What's it?
I think he had New
York.
Ruben.
Yeah.
Then we have Ruben
Martinez.
Okay.
He donated. He sent $200.
Yeah, we'll give away
$250 tonight, and then next week when you saw Ruben, thanks again. Then we have Charles Mosiah and Alvin Joseph, your brother, right?
That's my brother.
Yeah, from California.
That's from
the man, big name man, saying I love the show.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, so thanks, Ruben and Charles and
big up, Rasta.
Yeah. Then
we have Mr. Bernard Sanchez.
this man give a easy
Usual.
$50. Yes, a usual. What he
He like one of the #1 man. Palace that he supply the food and we eat. Bernard, why?
I don't eat Bernard. I go early, I go eat early. I'm not gonna late eating, so I'll eat early now.
We have some good news too.
Last week, Saturday,
It was a holiday.
Mr. Gary Bennett out
At Chicago,
the man donated a prize to a holistic
Mr. Baptist. And
Okay.
the bike
should be here in 2 weeks, he said. So,
And I'm also told donors that Big Mike,
Big Mike,
Big
or
Mike,
Bike-
Big
or Bike-
Seal,
that's-
or
yes.
Bike Seal for Big Mike too.
yes, so big, so
should
both
be-
Big Mike,
should be
so,
coming out back
so
shortly too.
all the people who want give these guys bike, those two have received their bike, so we have to look for a new
person for if anybody want to donate the bike.
So we could scratch them two off, then don't receive them bike.
We are
No
talking
other-
about them bike.
Later on.
All right, okay, yeah, all right. And yes, of course, I have to give some shout out
Out to some people where
this show we want give everybody one each.
chance. And we have
Some sponsors with us
involved in cycling and we never, they're not getting big up and we must see it.
because Mr. Bruce Virgo,
Okay.
He may, by your own, he sponsor Belshai
Belshai,
and he had a
big
big
team, and he make
Yeah,
them
but-
travel. He buy all of them bikes. He can go eat. He can go train as a
matter of fact, I think he used to offer cash for them from miles.
For
do, right?
training,
So when they training miles.
So,
Yeah.
you know, Bruce, I want to big you up. The Belshai.
And just smiling.
Yeah,
And just
that's
smiling.
Smiling and Macho Boy, and just smiling. The man has
Sa-
Santi as well.
yes, Tanti as well, yeah. So we want to big up them people, eh.
There were some
Yeah.
great sponsors in
Right.
cycling.
Yeah.
Cycling.
Yes, man.
We don't want to compare sponsorship, but they type of sponsorship when the guys made a sponsor back then.
Really provide.
The crowd,
Yeah.
the crowd sponsoring now are not doing that what they used to do.
Yeah, well,
All the man got everybody got same bicycles.
Yep,
everything.
yep. So
They spend a lot of money.
So we
Those
have-
guys, Smiling, Bruce, Santi, spend a lot of money in cycling back in those days.
yeah, so with that, I think we want to take a short break, and then we return. We'll come with our first. We have our first guest. So we'll be right back.
I'm here to say, hear me now. This is a Soul Fire production. Soul Fire production.
As the wheels turn, every Thursday night at 6:30. As the wheels turn, racing through the streets and through the hills. As the wheels turn, every Thursday night we pedaling. As the wheels turn, streaming live with Turtle. So yes, I sit and watch as the wheel turns. My bike is where I get my thrill. Up and down, riding through the hills. I have no fear as I climb and change my gear. Through the valley so steep, now we on the street. Yeah. As the wheels turn.